Okay, guys, we're on week 21. Hopefully, you had a nice 3-day weekend. And today's Wednesday. We're going over Tuesday's warm up. And let's take a look at our 3 problems. So, number 1 is area of a shaded region. And we have 2 rectangles here. Okay, so we have the big black rectangle. And then what I would call the empty space, or the hole in the rectangle, which is the smaller rectangle, the white one, 6 times 3 feet. I want you to remember to think about that white space as like a hole in, like you had, let's say you had a black piece of construction paper and you cut a rectangular hole in the middle of the construction paper. That's what this is. So when we're finding the area of the shaded region, we're finding the area of just the black part, what's left after we cut the hole. Okay? All right, so in order to do that, we have to find the area for both rectangles first, and then we subtract. So technically, it's a 3-step problem. So the first one is the, we'll call it the BR, the black rectangle. Okay. So area of a rectangle is area equals base times height. Fill it in. Area equals 11 times 5. Now do the math. 11 times 5 equals 55. Remember, it's square feet. Okay. Then we have to do the white rectangle. So let's do the WR, the white rectangle. Remember, area of a rectangle equals base times height. And guys, I know it sounds so repetitive to constantly start by writing our formula, but it's so important because if you get in the correct habit of doing it all the time, you will never forget your formulas because you've written them so many times. And also, as you move forward into more complex problems in 7th and 8th and even beyond, you will have to use those formulas and you'll have to write them. So you might as well just be in the habit of it now. Okay? So area equals base times height. And remember, we're looking at the white rectangle. So that's 6 times 3. And then we do our math. That would be 18 feet squared. Okay. Now the last step, remember, we don't want the area with the hole. We want just the black area. So we have to take the 55 feet and subtract 18 feet, right? So I've got 5, I have to borrow, change this. 15 minus 8 is 7, and then 4 minus 1 is 3. So the shaded area is 37 feet squared. All right, next problem. Number 2. This one's pretty straightforward. It's a 1-step problem. What's the area of the triangle? Find the area of the triangle. Okay, so hopefully you're paying attention to my formulas and you remember the area equals base times height divided by 2. All right, so area equals base times height divided by 2. Fill in your formula. Area equals, what's my base? 9.3 times 12.2. Sorry, that looks like times, but it's 0.2. Divided by 2. All right. 9.3 times 12.2 is going to give me 113.46 divided by 2. And now I actually have to divide by 2. So my area is going to equal 56.73. Alrighty, last problem. A school collected $4,825 in donations from 50 people. What was the average donation? All right, so average is going to be divide. All right, so I have 4,825 divided by 50. And 50 cannot go into 48, so I have to put it into 482. Well, there's two 50s per 100, so 400, there's 8 50s, plus there's another 50 in that 82, so 9 gives me 450, leaves me with 32, bring down my 5, now I have 6, gives me 300, leaves me with 25. Notice that I'm not done because I still have something left. So that means I had to add a decimal and a 0. Add my decimal up top. 5 goes into 250 5 times. Gives me 250. And now I'm left with 0. So my answer is $96.50. Please remember to make sure you're doing 50 cents because this is a dollar problem, okay? Don't put 96.5, put 96.50 because you need 50 cents. Alrighty, guys, that is your warm-up for week 21. We are already a third of the way through the third marking period. Wow, that went fast, didn't it? All right, get to work, and hopefully you get 100 on Friday's warm-up.